There are many special features or notes you can add as you're adding grades as well after you've entered grades in the column. As you enter grades, you can immediately see them adjusted in the final grade category. You can also customize this to show the letter grade, not show the letter grade, and round to certain decimal points, and I'll show you how to do that in a couple minutes. Now, if we look over here, you can see that I've added a couple grades for my Built for Speed lab report, and I want to mark some of them as late, missing, or exclude some of them because students were absent. So I'm going to mark the first person exclude because he was absent, so I can mark it as exempt and it will not count against his grade. This person turned it in late, so I'm going to right click and click late, and it marks it with a little L. If I want to add another one for this person, I can right click and make a comment and show score inspector, and a comment could be student was absent for days of the lab. I can click close and I can see a blue C and it shows that I made a comment, and if I hover my mouse over it I can see the comment. This person was absent and never turned the lab in, so I can mark it as missing and we can see the little yellow L show up. Now I want to mark all these other grades that have not been turned in yet with 0, but I don't want to go through and manually punch them in. So I'm going to right click and click fill scores, and I'm going to click items with no score, and I'm going to click the score button and fill it in with 0. After I click OK, all of the missing ones will be filled in with 0. So they have 0 points then, and you can see it directly fixes their grade immediately. From there then, I can click Save, and everything is saved. Now, if you want to adjust your grades even more or create special comments, you can go up to Tools, click Preferences, and there's a variety of preferences you can go through. The first one is for comment bank, which I will explain later in another session for report cards. Then you can click on Grading. Here you have the option to click Rounded or Truncated. For rounded, I have it rounded and I have it going to 2 decimal places. I also want the letter grade shown, the percent shown, the points earned, tardies, and absences. I have no mail from my power teacher. Some districts do, some do not. I also have some score codes. If you want to add a score code, you can simply click Add. You can click a code. My current code is ABS and my description is absent. And then, so if I have ABS, my description is absent, and then I can either choose exempt, which would exempt them from it, or if I don't want exempt, I can unclick exempt. My percent would be 0, and I can click OK. Now by clicking OK, if I type in at ABS, it will show that the student, it will tell me that the student was absent, and it will mark it as a 0, so that's why they have the 0 points for it. Like this student has ABS, marked for a nature or science quiz, so they do currently have a 0 on the quiz, but it shows that they were absent that day, not that they just refused to do it. I also had an NTI one not turned in, so if they were in class, let me go back to it. I also have NTI not turned in, so that means they were in class, they had the opportunity to do it, they just did not turn it in. Excluded from the activity is another one. Maybe they were absent or they didn't have enough information, or for whatever reason you need to exclude someone from the class or from the activity. Those are just some special features you can use when adding grades and assignments and calculating grades for your gradebook.